twerking it on the dance floor. Just in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the floor. Twerking it on the dance floor. Twerking it